you know, having a vision for your town and what you want your town to look like or not look like, I think is probably the most important thing. So keeping in mind and going around and figuring out what is liked and what is disliked is important, because I think you can write an ordinance and that encourages instead of restricts, and with, obviously there will be restriction, but encourages a certain direction for how the town should look and how the town, you know, you don't have to necessarily cause a lot of restriction in order to promote a certain feel. And I think, and that's what I took away from his, you know, presentation is you don't have to restrict to encourage. So I think that's, I mean, without having a clear idea of what the city council, what the citizens, and what everybody sitting here really has in mind for the future of Vilango. I mean, signage is a huge part of it. Signage, and, you know, I was in King William this past weekend, and the signs there are just, those can make or break a community. That just makes it so lovely, the way it's lit up, the way it's not lit up, all of these things, and it creates a certain feel. So I kind of think getting a solid idea of a vision of the town is important for looking at this.
I was just going to interject. You know, driving home from the holidays in San Antonio, I was coming north on 281 from Bulberry into Blanco, and it was getting dark. And so I guess I don't make that drive very often. I don't go anywhere. But the signs are starting to get lit up, and I need to make the drive again. But I didn't like what I saw, and I can't can't tell you what exactly it was I was reacting to, but I left that thinking, this is what I don't want Blanco to look like on 281.
That's from Fordfield to 46.
Yeah,
That's stretching.
To my eyes, it's terrible and not in line with the character of Blanco. But again, I haven't done the work to tell you exactly what it was I was reacting to.
Yeah. I think that's the important thing. When you feel something and you're in a place that feels good versus bad, what is it that feels this? And a lot of it is lighting.
When I got past a certain point and it's dark again and the signs were on, I was like,
Well, but the bypass, that's gonna change the nature too. That will change the nature of what Blanco will look like. Because you'll have the bigger box thing that's going up there. Well, your bigger store. Like Stripes, it would be up there.
There's a lot of change over.
Yeah, it is, well, it is, and so this will be an important document.
Rhonda, do you think it was the sign like that? Just what's popping out in my head like that, the old lips place with that?
oh, that's terrible. I mean, I've read it before, and I actually made the drive to see it after Lynn brought it up at that meeting, and it is terrible. I mean, I'm not prone to seizures, but, you know,
Which one is it?
that could,
That and the AC guy.
The alcohol.
Yeah.
any liquor store in the county, just in, it's just
Oh,
outside.
it's so
And
bad,
AC
you can't even
guys.
read it like staring at it,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it's like.
There's one going south on the left.
That's it.
That's like some zebra, what I'm thinking.
Yes, it's the liquor store and also the AC guys put one up on his property. So there's two right there.
That's right, that's it. Those are always going. That's the only thing that stands out to me.
So is that big huge pole still in Pearl Agave? Big huge pole, that's still up?
I don't, gas prices, it's still
And that's just gonna stay there and?
I mean, legitimately, it should come down.
Yeah, we're the.
Because they're not a gas station.
Yeah, I would, well, I'll talk. Anything else anybody wants to go to this?
I'm just gonna write table again.
I'm sorry. That's okay. We'll try to get this off the agenda at
Makes the
some
minutes
point,
easy.
but I will say I'd like to get this right. rather us spend time on it to be comfortable with what we decide than trying to rush through something.
I think what would be helpful too is in this ordinance that we were given, if you definitely know a paragraph that you want struck out, then we should mark that, because just sort of saying likes and dislikes really doesn't help rewrite that ordinance to shorten it or make it to where it's, because if you want to move toward what you desire in a sign, you're going to need to state what that is. If you're going to be that versus a restriction, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're not gonna get it shorter once we take that off.
Yeah, so if we could maybe strike some of those.
And let me mention something else. So Brandon, you talked about, or I think you're talking the wall sign, you're talking about the wall sign being larger for a larger building, level 1 or 3 or something like that. But the question then is right now we have sizes based for pole signs based on monument size, based on what district you are, whether you're commercial or whether you're an R5 or if you do one business or two businesses. So think about, it's not just like a wall sign. I'd say a lot of businesses have pole signs or even some monuments. We don't really have any monuments, and we have most of the pole signs. So think about what you want to see in that. Because where most of the friction is when I review stuff is people want these gigantic pole signs. You know, they want 80 foot or 90 foot or whatever. So think about that as as also your, maybe you don't, maybe you want to use or 30 feet, but anyway.
I'll take pictures and I'll work up like a slideshow so that we can look at what is actually here and talk about what we like about it or don't like about it.
We can just enter judgment, like thumbs up, thumbs down, on the one. Does it get mixed? Does it get allowed? I mean, we can, that would,
You know, because I bring up Wimberley a lot because Wimberley is just really clean and it's still old fashioned. They don't have the light up signs except for maybe the little open one, when they're open in the window. I was really trying to pay attention to why I thought that it still felt real Texas hill country.
They're probably all monument signs. They probably don't allow any pole signs.
Yeah, there's no pole signs. It's just very, it still feels very quaint, even though it's like super busy and yeah, that's what people now, it still feels very quaint.
be all, we're gonna have pole signs.
So I think maybe we could do a comparison.
Well, do we have that motion to get out of here?
I motion to do that.
Alright,
I said.
6:42. Get out of here.
Thanks, John.